The pure mission of Cross America is to take a small aluminum cross and place it into a message, a salvation message, and send it to every home in America.
The cross, as we know, is why Jesus came and he died to give us salvation. There's 114 million homes in America, over 44,000 zip codes, an enormous project. I mean, we're not talking months or days or weeks, we're talking years.
The cross is a small aluminum cross, and it has Romans 10:9 stamped on it.
It says, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. And I've always loved that verse because it's so simple. That's why we have the cross here, because that's what it's all about. We had hoped when we started that we might be able to do 2,000 a week, but now we're at about 2,000 to 3,000 a day, depending on the day. Far beyond any expectations we had, just because there's so many good people out there that come in and help carry out a part of the Great Commission.
The volunteer portion of this ministry has been the most surprising part. It is incredible to watch people come in and be a part of something that is bigger than themselves.
It's knowing that I might touch one person's life.
We're able to be missionaries in our own backyard, and this opportunity, it's just available for so many people to take part in.
We have a really kind of a neat way of how we place our messages together. There's flaps on the outside, so we fold our hands to pray. There's a flap on the bottom. We bend our knees to pray. And at the top, we bow our heads to pray. And that makes it into a square, and it completes the circle where the sticker goes.
Our zip codes are all over the United States, and a lot of them are sponsored, where somebody will just have it on their heart that they want to sponsor a certain zip code. And we follow that sponsorship because we feel like if that's been on their heart, there's a reason.
Now, we just finished 2 large zip codes from Cheyenne, Wyoming. So there were around 32,000 that we sent out this week. It's just so uplifting to know that we're going to help someone. I just know we're going to help people.
The feedback, a lot of them has been timing. We got one the other day where a lady wrote us and said, my week had been going terrible. Everything has been going against me. And she said, I walked out to the mailbox and I got this cross in the card and just started crying. Because she had just been praying to God for a sign. And in her mailbox was the card.
We just know God works in many, many different ways, and this is the way that we have chosen to try to spread the gospel, is through these messages. And again, if we can just somehow start a conversation for someone, that they would meet someone in their hometown or their community that can help point them to the right church or the right environment to be able to know Christ, then we have done our job.
It's fantastic. I mean, I'm a firm believer in what they're doing.
And we're encouraged to pray over the crosses so that God would prepare the hearts of the people that will be receiving them.
I'm just trying to help people get to the Lord, I guess. Just doing what little bit I can do.
Then you open this and you see the cross. It's just the message of salvation.
To sponsor a card, you could do it for as little as 43 cents.
And that is inclusive of the actual cross, the cost of that aluminum cross, the printing. We have a bulk mailing permit, how we send these out through the U.S. Postal Service. So all that adds up to 43 cents per piece.
We wanted to have it to where a child could save up 43 pennies and carry out the Great Commission. Every single dollar that comes into this facility goes right into the cross. We're a nonprofit, so money never leaves here. The more people use the facility and the more food they buy, the more things they do here, just means more crosses.
When they walk through the door and see all the different items that we have that make up who Cross America really is, We just want them to see Christ through us, just to be a very positive environment for anyone who walks through our doors.
The main thing we want to try to convey here is it's a community effort. The Great Commission is so simple. It's not about one person. It's about a community of hands.
So I believe without a shadow of a doubt that this is a ministry that the Lord has ordained for such a time as this. I can't believe I get to be a part of it. I'm blessed beyond measure.
And the main number one goal that we want everybody to know is we just want people to go to heaven when they die. That's it.